welcome back to a new video, or welcome to this channel if you're new. This is such a basic YouTuber intro. Anyway, today we're doing a tutorial for a mini crochet scarf, and I've been seeing so many mini scarves on Pinterest and I love them. And I talked about them in my thrift haul video as well because I bought a mini scarf, but I also want to make one and I want to get back into crochet, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity. I'm not good at filming tutorials yet for crocheting, but I hope it's not that bad and I hope you'll be able to understand the steps. It's really easy, it's beginner friendly, so yeah, let's start. So firstly, you obviously need some yarn and a crochet hook, and I used a really small crochet hook for this scarf, but you can also use a thicker one and then it will look like this. And with the small one it will look like this. I'm not exactly sure what size I used. And here you can see the two in comparison. And then I went on Pinterest and looked at some inspiration. Decided that I wanted to do 3 colors, but you can also just use 1 color. But you can also use as many as you want. We're gonna start with the slip knot. Then we're gonna take the crochet hook, and the left hand holds the yarn and the right hand holds the crochet hook. And then we're gonna chain between 10 to 15. If you're using a small hook, and if you're using a bigger hook, I would chain less because the loops will be bigger and we still want a mini scarf, so. We're gonna start with putting our crochet hook into the second loop and then kind of grabbing the yarn with our crochet hook. That means yarning over. Then we have 2 loops on our crochet hook, and then we're yarning over again and then pulling through those 2 loops. And then we're gonna repeat that step again and pulling through the loop, yarning over, and then pulling through both of the loops on the hook. And then we're gonna repeat this step until we're at the end of the chain. And honestly, it sounds more complicated than it is, and the best way to learn it is to try it out and to do what you see in the video. And if it doesn't work the first time, then don't worry, it gets easier the more you try. Then once you're at the end of the chain, you're gonna turn your work. And then you're gonna chain 1, so you're gonna grab the yarn with the hook again and then yarn over and pull through. And then we're gonna do the same thing we just did with the first row, but this time we're gonna insert our hook into 2 loops, and they kind of look like a V from the top. And this is called single crochet, so we're pulling through, then yarning over, and then pulling through. And we're gonna do that until we're at the end of the row. Then we're gonna turn our work again, and then we're gonna chain 1 and then repeat the same thing we just did. And in the beginning this can be really confusing, even though it's pretty easy. but you just have to keep practicing. You could just keep going like this with one color and single crochet, but if you want to change colors, this is the part where I explain how to change colors. And honestly, I don't know how good I did in this first part of explaining how to change colors, so there will be a second part of me explaining how to change colors at the end of the video. So when you decide you want to change colors, you're going to take the second color and then grab it with your crochet hook and pull it through the loop of the first color. Then you can tighten it a little bit by pulling the string of the first color and then cutting that string off. Now you should have one string of the old color and 2 strings of the new color. And then you're going to take the end part of the new color and cut that off to the same length of the other color, and make sure that this part is not the part that is still attached to the yarn. Then you're gonna place these 2 strings kind of on top of the row and then insert your hook again. And chain 1. So you're gonna yarn over and pull through. And then we're gonna continue with single crochet. Make sure that the 2 strings stay on top of the row. So when we insert our hook into the stitch, we're gonna kind of cover these 2 strings with the new stitches, so they're hidden in the stitches. It sounds complicated, but it's actually pretty easy once you know how to do it. As you can see in the video, I'm inserting my hook into the hole and then I yarn over and pull through. So then I have 2 loops on my crochet hook, so I yarn over and pull through again. You're going to continue doing that until you're at the end of the row, and by that time the strings should be fully covered. And then you can turn your work and then chain 1 and then continue to single crochet just like we did with the first color. So it's basically just single crochet and then change color, then single crochet and change color until your scarf is long enough. I'm not exactly sure how many rows I did. I just stopped whenever it felt right and then changed the color and then tried it on a couple of times to see how long the scarf was and how many more rows I had to do. And here's the second part on how to change colors. I hope that this time the steps are a little bit more visible. So as you can see, I cut off the string of the first color, still leaving the hook in the loop, then putting the string on the side in the front. Then I'm taking the second color and pull it through the loop and put the string of the second color together with the string of the first color in the front, and then I tighten it a little bit. And then I chain 1 with the new color. And then I lay the 2 leftover strings kind of on top of the row, so I can single crochet in each stitch and hide the 2 strings in those stitches, if that makes sense. And then just like I did before, I cut off the string. Important is that you don't cut off the string of your new color, the one you still need to crochet, so you need to be careful there. But then you just keep crocheting with the new color like you did before with the other one. Okay, so my neighbors are doing some construction work, so if you're hearing some background noise, I'm sorry. But I really want to finish this video now. I think my scarf is long enough now. This is what it looks like. I have to do a few more rows, so this color is the same length as the other ones, but then I'm done. Alright, so I'm done, and I'm gonna check one last time if it's long enough, but I feel like it's long enough. Yeah, definitely. Perfect. So now we're just gonna stretch it a little bit. And then we're gonna, oops, take our scissors, cut off the string here. And now we're gonna pull it through the loop one last time. I don't know if you can see it. So there is a knot here. And then we're done. Normally I would take a needle and then thread the yarn on the needle and just pull it through some holes here, so the string is kind of hidden in the stitches. But I don't have a needle right now, so I'm just gonna leave it like this now, but you can also cut it off a little bit more or use a needle to hide it somewhere here. But this is the end result. This is what it looks like on. I really like the colors and I really like the length of each color. So yeah, this was kind of like my first crochet tutorial video. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you liked it. I hope it wasn't too complicated. Maybe if it was too complicated, just watch those tutorials on YouTube for beginners, like how to do single crochet and, you know, just the basics, so you can understand my tutorial maybe a little bit better, because I don't know all the right words for crochet stuff and I don't have the right vocabulary yet, since English isn't my first language, but I'm trying. And maybe the next one will be a little bit better. But I hope this was still not too bad. Anyway, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!